Okay, we are now gonna do the ball bounce. So in a new um, room, just linking in everything. If you don't know how to link in, it is in the video before this one. I'm gonna pull this up a little bit, and I'm gonna use the bone to move it. So only the bone will do all the moving because the bone is the parent of the ball. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to move my camera. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to go G, and I'm going to go Y, and I'm going to move it this way. And then R is rotate. And I want to rotate on the Y axis. No, the X axis. No? I want to rotate on the Z axis. That's what it is. Because I want it to kind of be more like straight on. Because it'll make it easier for later on if you have it set up this way. Oops. I wanted to right click and do a vertical split so I can have the camera view. Again, R for rotate. And I'm going to go, oops, just kind of move the camera, try and get it, let me pull this out a little bit bigger, try and get it as straight as possible. And then I can move my ball to be a little bit more centered. But then, so the reason why I did this too is so I can actually go G and X on my camera and move it back, and then GZ, and move it so I get a little bit more view. I like this angle better than the 3/4 view that it's automatically set up as. Especially for when we go to do the ball bounce this way, it'll make it easier on you. I'm going to keep moving the camera to get the most out of this. If you also want to, you could rotate the camera on the, I think it was the y-axis to make it a little bit more straight if you wanted to, and then just lower it. So just play with it, move the camera as as you see fit. The reason why we also want to split screen is so we can see how far we're going up and down on this, and it stays inside the camera frame. I'm gonna, okay, just checking to make sure that the ball is on the ground. Okay, but I want it to start at the top, so kind of like what we do with a ball bounce in the that's paper. We always start off on top, so I'm gonna go with the bone, G, Z on the keyboard, bring it to the top. I am going to turn on this thing right here. This is automatic keying. And again, just kind of move it to make sure that I get a little orange dot here. That orange dot is best for keyframes. So I'm going to say it takes 30 seconds, or not 30 seconds, 30 frames. So if we do 30 frames per second, or we can go 24, but I'm going to go with 30 because it'll be easier. I'm going to go 30, G, Z, move it down. This is why I'm also at this angle so I can see here, because the camera can't always see it. So you want to make sure that you're setting up these frames first. I'm going to only do 3. You can also, if you wanted to, go here and Control C on the keyboard, and then go here and go Control V, and it'll automatically place it in the same spot. So that's your choice. Okay. So when you do this, the computer needs to be told what to do. If you do not tell it what to do, it'll start doing it before it's ready, which is why everyone has a hard time with 3D. So, I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to go 4 frames out, and I'm going to just go like that. I'm not even moving it. I'm just clicking to activate it and then clicking it down. I am going to copy this though, and I'm going to move it 4 frames over, and then Control V, so that, whoops, I want to get rid of that one. I'm going to hit X on the keyboard, delete the keyframe, because I just want that. The reason why we're doing this is so we can create our stretch and squash. So I'm going to make sure I'm in pose mode for this, clicking on our top bone, G, Z. We want to try and keep it as straight as possible, because the reason why I do this is so that it stays up and down and doesn't rotate. It can do that when you don't hit the axis. So I'm going to stretch it like that, I think is good. I'm going to copy this, so that's 2 frames over, so 32 over on this side. Control V. So it's going to stay, notice how 30 is stretched. That's why we need to tell the computer what to do. If you don't tell the computer what to do, then it's going to just automatically do what it wants to do, thinking that that's what you want. You have to tell it what you want. So now what I'm going to do is on 30 is I'm going to now stretch it. And just remember, the more you stretch it, the more it's going to look like a bouncy ball. The less you stretch, it's going to look more like a bowling ball. So now when I see, and that's the funny part, is that okay, so I see what happened. I put it in the position, but I didn't tell this keyframe here or this keyframe here. I didn't tell it that I wanted to keep it round. So you have to think about those things. I didn't think about that. I'm going to just go Control Z on the keyboard and get it to there. I'm going to tell that I want to keep it round there. With the top bone, I'm going to tell it I want to keep it round there. So that's what you have to do. You have to tell the computer what you want. So now I can go in here with the stretch. Whoops. I don't know what I did. There we go. Stretch it here, and then I can go and make sure only that one's highlighted. Control C. 32. Control V. No, doesn't want to. Control V. There we go. And then 30. Okay. So now you can see how it stays round, and then it starts to stretch, and then goes like that. So it does have that like double bounce effect, which this is where you play with it. It could be that I need more. So you can move these around. So I can, play with it and see, stretching and pulling and moving stuff around to get it to look right. I still have that double bounce. I don't like that double bounce. I don't know why it does it. could be that the stretch is too long, or I push it to be, let's see. Still gonna double bounce. But this is where you're gonna play with it, you're gonna figure it out, and create a ball bounce. Just make sure you do surface the ball. So if I go right now into the one view, it's a white ball. Make sure it's surfaced. You should know how to do that already. Make sure this is a surface ball. Okay, so next video is how to render everything into a movie.